Hi, I'm Mark Reagan of Christ Church, and this is a series of videos on musical notation and how to read music. In the last video on this topic, I discussed how we understand keys. We understand a key as a family of notes, as a family of pitches, 7 pitches. And those pitches can be arranged in terms of a scale. So here's a scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. I'm just taking those 7 distinct pitches and I'm arranging them by degrees or by steps going up and down. When we're understanding keys, then we have to get into what are called key signatures. And so key signatures will identify pitches as being treated one way or another. And our key signatures are identified with the use of sharps or flats. So here's just a couple of examples. This one has 1 sharp as a signature. This has 1 flat as a signature. Here's a couple other examples. Those are in treble clef. So here's treble clef with 4 flats. But here's bass clef with 3 sharps. So we notice that in these signatures, when we have more than 1, they're all the same thing. We have 3 sharps. We don't have a combination of sharps and flats. Same thing here. We have only flats there. So this is telling you in this instance that these 4 pitches are flatted. That means that they're slightly lowered. Whereas with a sharp key signature, such as this or this one, those pitches that are marked with sharps are slightly raised. So I need to explain what that actually means, because after all, what does slightly actually mean? So I'll give you an example. So if we're singing this set of pitches, all right, and we're in this key, and I go do 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 do. Does that sound right? Does it sound odd in any way?
A little bit odd.
Maybe a little bit odd. It might have a sense of being somewhat adrift or not well focused. Or maybe it has even a little bit of an ethereal sound to it. But if I lower this one and its corresponding one coming down, it sounds like this. It has a little more of an earthy, more stable sound to it. On the piano keyboard, I'm going to show you what I'm actually playing. This is kind of small. In the first instance, I was playing da 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 da, all in white keys, as easy as can be, right? But easy doesn't necessarily sound better, all right? In the second instance, what I did was I took the 4th note and I flatted it, which means that I'm playing on the piano keyboard, I'm playing a black key. Da, 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 da. And in many cases, not all cases, when you're adding sharps or flats, then you're adding on the keyboard, you're adding black keys. But that's not always the case. It is the case a lot of times. If we take, using this the same cluster of notes, a tune such as Jesus, What a Friend for Sinners, in this key, let's see how this concept of lowering pitches would affect something like this. So we have this. Jesus, what a friend for sinners, Jesus, lover of my soul. I'm doing this song, I mean, it's in the same key, but I'm taking these out, right? Da, 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 da. There it is. There's the offending one right there, right? It needs to be this in order to sound like the song that we love. Da 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 da, etc. All right. So that's one example where you'd want the flat, and in fact, in a key signature, the flat is there. Let's look at another example. This one's in a minor key. All right. See if you know this tune. Sounds like this on the board. The babe, the son of Mary. Is that right? Not quite right. Because we're looking for something else to happen here, at least the way that we know the song. The babe, the son of Mary. So if you're looking at that Christmas song, it has sharps here. So now we're using the sharp to raise the pitch slightly, right? And the reason we would do this is to give it maybe a certain amount of groundedness or direction to this. It's not like the other sounded wrong. It doesn't sound perhaps as final. The babe, the son of Mary has a nice sound to it, right? This will sound more final. The babe, the son of Mary. Once you establish this sharp, you don't have to sharp it again. But I'll show it that way. Just show that all three of these pitches there are sharped. All right. So the reason that we would use these sharps or flats is or to raise or lower notes as necessary as we want the tune to sound. In the next video, I'll demonstrate a little bit about how the key signatures actually behave and how we can find out how a tune sounds from the key signature that we're given.